Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, as you guys can see up on the screen. Today, I want to talk a little bit about Muln Automotive Incorporated. This is ticker symbol MULN, and part of the reason why we're talking about this one today is, holy crap, this thing had a great day today, up 5.98%. Yes, we are down 2.26 after hours, but I don't read too much into the after hours anyway. But also still only down 2.26%, which would still, even if you include that, make for a very, very good day for Muln Automotive, especially when you start looking at the broader market. When you start looking at the major indices, you'll see that the Dow Jones was down over a full percent. S&P down over 1.5%. NASDAQ was down over 2%. And the Russell was down 0.71%. So the fact that Muln is not only green, but really green today, I think is a very, very good sign. Again, it was outperforming pretty much the entire market. And if it can, keep having days like this, then hey, watch out for Muln Automotive going forward. But in this video today, we're going to be talking about all the latest for MULN, keeping you guys up to date with all the different news, what people's saying, the different kind of things that are going on in the market. And yeah, going from there. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. We got the new mic. Hopefully you guys enjoy the crispy audio. And of course, as always, there's going to be no financial advice in this video. I'm not telling you guys to buy. I'm not telling you guys to sell. Nothing like that. Just going over the news, the latest, giving my thoughts and opinion, that type of stuff. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, Muln, 6% day today. Intraday, it was up even higher. The intraday high was actually 285, which is significantly higher than the 251 we closed at yesterday, and even the 266 we're closing at today. Past week, Muln down 4.32%. Past month, actually up 50.28%. However, year to date, we are still down 54% with this one. But man, it has been very, very volatile. But you can see, it does look at this point like late February, we've clearly found a bottom, and we're kind of going up from there, even though there's still a lot of ups and downs in between. Yes, we are significantly lower than where we started 2022, but hey, from these bottoms, we are up, 336% in less than 2 months. So, Muln is a wild ride. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. It is definitely a volatile one. But what is going on with Muln today? This was a couple days ago. We had this article from Yahoo Finance. It's actually from March 24th. I don't know. Some people reposted it again, but some very interesting things here, talking about how Muln Automotive stock is a sleeper EV play that may surprise you, and this is something that a lot of people are saying, obviously. EV space is a very, very interesting sector of the stock market with a ton of high flyers like Tesla, like NIO. You have your Rivians, you have your Nikola, everything in between. But Muln is kind of a smaller, more under the radar. It's an American company. They're doing a lot of interesting things, and then, just like all the EV companies that have a ton of naysayers and a ton of doubters and short sellers and, short reports and all this stuff, Muln is no stranger to any of that. But they do say here, the bottom line of Muln stock, if you want to take a shot at a U.S. EV firm that has taken the serious path to building a business in this sector, Muln stock is a good choice right now. Again, this was a couple of weeks ago, so on March 24th, we can take a look at what the stock price was, $3. So, we're even lower today than we were then when they were saying that it was a really, really good buy. So you can get this thing for even cheaper than then. So I still think a lot of that holds up. And I don't know exactly why people were posting this again today, but I saw it on Twitter. I saw it on Reddit. It was kind of all over the place. So yeah, kind of interesting. We also had this, people tweeting about just in general how Elon Musk is cheering on the Justice Department's probe of short sellers. This guy on Twitter, Steven Jacob 99, just random tweet I found when I was looking for Muln kind of research and stuff. He said, Muln, no matter what side you are on, bear or bull, short selling this way is unethical and should be outright illegal. And he is not the only one that feels this way. There is a ton of people who feel this way. I don't know how many followers he has. He only has 60 followers, and this tweet has 331 likes. So, hey, this is, an opinion that is getting spread out to a lot of people. And he says he appreciates Elon Musk for using his loud microphone to fight back Muln, AMC, and GME. So obviously Muln being included in those stocks like GME and AMC is kind of funny, kind of interesting, but it is also very, very cool. Obviously Elon Musk, Tesla, they have had to go through a lot of this short selling, these short reports, people trying to dig in extra deep, sometimes lying about their company, sometimes, bringing up just bad information, sometimes having legitimate claims and criticisms. And yes, absolutely. But it's all behind, the curtain of, hey, we are selling short on your company. We are literally profiteering off of your company going down. And it's just extreme bias. It's extreme, I don't know exactly what the word is, but it seems like a huge conflict of interest. And these are obviously people with big followings who are trying to get their news and their reports out to as many people as they can, and manipulate the markets, for lack of a better word. So I think it is cool that Elon Musk is fighting back again. Whether you love Muln, hate Muln, think it's a garbage, trash, overrated company, or whether you think it's the next Tesla, I don't know if this is necessarily the way. Even if you think it's the worst company in the world, I don't think this is necessarily the way for companies to be taken down. Yes, the news should come out. And yes, if companies are scamming or BSing or, hiding behind fake info or fake data or lying to investors or whatever, that should be, put out. That should make it out there. But should you sell short a bunch of shares before you put out that information? Like, no, that's just kind of weird. But yeah. We also have this. Why is Muln Automotive stock up today? This is from a couple of days ago. I guess it would have been Friday. And Muln, was doing very, very good. 16% above Thursday's close on Friday. And Muln, is recovering from a report released by short seller Hindenburg. As people have kind of dove into more and more of this stuff, they do say here that specifically the short report claims that Muln is involved in several misdeeds, such as marketing China-sourced EVs as its own and falsifying claims of an advanced solid-state battery. Hindenburg even says it contacted EV Grid, the company that tested Muln solid-state batteries. The firm claims EV Grid CEO Tom Gage said Muln had misinterpreted the test results. There's obviously the other side. I do want to present both sides of this thing. So, if you do believe what the Hindenburg is saying or give credence to what they're saying and don't think that they're, kind of biased or have some ulterior motives or whatever, which I think both can be true. I think they can be telling the truth and, you should probably take what they're saying with a grain of salt. It seems like Muln is kind of bouncing back from this. Yes, this did push the stock down a little bit initially, even a lot of it the next day. But Muln seems to be holding up all right, especially as, people find out more and more about some of these shady practices, as people like Elon Musk speak out, as more people, kind of spread the information that, yes, they are under investigation for having some shady practices and questionable things in the past. So I thought that was kind of cool. We also have this, which is not necessarily great news, if you ask me. Director Kent Puckett just sold Muln stock. Here's why. This morning, again, this was Friday, but I didn't make a full video on Friday, so I'm catching up on some of the Friday stuff as well. Stock is trading lower by 5%. This may be due in part to a recent insider sale. Specifically, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission received a Form 4 from a director at the EV company yesterday. Director Kent Puckett reported selling 31,000 shares of Muln at an average price of $3 per share. In total, the transaction amounted to around $90,000. So in the grand scheme of things, not that much money. $90,000, not that crazy. Now, is it crazy that he's selling at $3 when, hey, just a year ago, the stock was at $10 and it's been as high as $15? Yes, I do not think that is necessarily a great sign, but again, that is just $90,000. Out of the 31,000 shares sold by Puckett, 18,000 were sold directly, while 12,000 were sold indirectly. The shares sold indirectly were transacted by PCS Mastermind, of which Puckett is the managing member. After the sale, Puckett now owns no shares. So, that's kind of crazy that he only had $90,000 in shares, and a lot of that was indirect. But he now owns no shares of Muln Automotive. However, the director isn't the only executive who has recently sold Muln. On March 16th, David Mishry also reported selling 200,000 shares. These were sold at a range between 165 and 166, and obviously, the company's gone up significantly from those ranges. So, hey, just because the insiders are selling does not necessarily mean the stock can't go up even further. But again, this is something I talk about with SoFi a lot. If I had to pick between my insiders buying and selling, I would definitely rather have them buying. But you know how the old saying goes, there's a lot of different reasons why somebody could sell. Maybe they think the top is in. Maybe they need some money. Maybe, they need some cash. Maybe they have better opportunities or better investments, whatever. There's a lot of reasons, but there's only one reason you buy. Obviously, if you think, things are going to appreciate. We also have the fact that the income rate is still going up on Muln Automotive. Again, this is, people posting what they received from Charles Schwab. The fact that Muln Automotive is going up from 34% to 38% in the securities lending fully paid program. Kind of interesting, it's just getting more and more expensive to loan out those shares of Muln to, sell short on it and to, try and push this thing down further. So people are loving that. People in the short squeeze, people who are worried about the short-term price of Muln and everything. As this gets more and more expensive, it's going to be harder, at least in theory or potentially, to keep this thing down. And then people talking about who the Fortune 500 company could possibly be that Muln is going to be partnering up with, at least, that's what they say in the near future. They're throwing out a new name. We've talked about, Pepsi and UPS and FedEx and Amazon and Walmart and all these different names. But originally, after viewing the parking lot video, I was looking for some sort of logistics company, but I came across this company today, maybe. Energy Transfer LP, currently 81 on the Fortune 500 list, based out of Dallas, Texas, transportation of energy and oil. Could this be the company that Muln is partnering up with? Now, yes, people are saying, hey, maybe it doesn't make sense for an EV company that's all about, safe, clean energy partnering up with an oil company. But also, if they can sell them, a bunch of EVs and stuff and make a lot of money and get some, orders and stuff going, maybe it could still end up making sense, because if it makes dollars, it could make sense. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Muln. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.